back to RX Muscle's Iron Road to the Arnold Classic 2019, brought to you by RedCon1. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is the IFBB San Antonio Men's Classic Physique Pro Champ from 2018, and Arnold competitor looking to make a name for himself in this big show. Man, I'm talking about is Jason Lowe. Welcome to the show. Welcome back.
How's it going? Yeah, it's great to be back. I'm glad to be back on with you.
I have to commend you because you know my lifestyle. You follow the RX Muscle program, and you know that my head's in the clouds, and I can't even think about what I had for breakfast. So you always contact me and give me the updates because I wasn't even aware that you were in the show. I really didn't even remember. And you know what? I love when people are proactive like that, and that's why I want to get you back here and get a little preview. Because last year when I interviewed you after you won the San Antonio Pro, you told me you're shutting it down to the Olympia of 2019. So
yeah,
what prompted the change?
That was the original plan. And, after thinking about it, to make a name for myself, that's such a long time for me to take off, not being one of the top ranked guys yet. So I wanted to really come into a big show like the Arnold. I didn't do a ton of huge shows last year. I did a lot of smaller shows.
Yeah.
I did the Arnold, but I got 11th. I wanted that top 10 last year, and I got 11th. And I did the Tampa Pro. Those were the only two really big shows I did last year, and I got 3rd at Tampa. But, the rest of them were kind of smaller shows. So I really wanted to come into the Arnold, get a top 5, make a name for myself. So when I get to the Olympia, I haven't taken a full year off, almost been forgotten about. So really make a name for myself at the Arnold and then come into the Olympia even better and, have them looking for me.
Well, what have you been doing the last 6 months? Have you gained any size since then? What are we going to see different in Jason Lowe from San Antonio till here?
Definitely gained some size, which is making it extremely hard to make weight.
Yeah. We know how much Chris Aceto loves to have to, diuretic you guys down to death.
He's loving it, all right. Today's been the first day of, yesterday was tough. Today's been the first day of extreme, depletion. And, I'm sure the flight and everything tomorrow morning is going to be a struggle.
Yeah.
But
people don't understand, there's nothing worse than going through the airport, when you're starving to death and having to carry all your freaking meals with you and all your gear with you that you need for the show, and it's a pain in the neck, and that was always the most stressful part for me when I had to travel. I mean, think about it, how many checklists do you have before you have to get all your stuff ready to actually leave for the airport?
Oh yeah, I started packing 3 days ago just to make sure I don't forget, because I'm so out of it. Every day I remember something else that I'm forgetting to pack. So I started packing 3 days ago, and my wife's been constantly doing laundry to make sure, I'm going to pack that, but then I wore it. I forgot I was going to bring that.
Yeah.
And just one thing after another. And then I texted Aceto earlier, and I was like, hey, the meal prep company I'm using up there doesn't supply fish. So if I need fish, let me know. I'll cook it. I'll freeze it. I'll bring it with me.
Yeah.
So it's one thing after another. But yeah, you're right. The trip up there, it can be stressful for sure. My wife will tell you, I'm one of those people though that just kind of doesn't let anything stress me out that last bit. And it's
you know why you don't let it bother you? Because your wife is the one who's stressed out. That's why. You should let her take all the stress, right?
She overstresses everything. She's beyond stressed.
That's why you're so relaxed.
I'm the guy like Arnold used to say, if my truck caught on fire outside right now, I'm like, I'll take care of it later. I got a show to focus on right now.
Right. Yeah, I just it was always like you can never have enough. I'll tell you one thing, that the best advice that someone gave me, and I don't even remember who gave it to me. He said, whatever you do, no matter how much you pack and how well you organize all your stuff, always take your posing trunks, or at least an extra pair of posing trunks, and put them in your coat pocket and bring them with you, because if they lose everything, the only thing you need is your posing trunks. I said, you know what? It's good advice.
Yeah, very fortunately, one of my sponsors is the posing trunk people, and they're the ones that actually got me my hotel room. So
oh wow,
they're with a whole supply of that's Proactive Wear.
Let's pump them up. Who is this?
Proactive Wear. Yeah, they make bodybuilding trunks, men's physique board shorts, and classic trunks. So he's sent me a couple pair already of the new style classic trunks, a couple different sizes to figure out which ones I need, and I love the new trunks.
Hey, explain to us what the I guess the new rule is in terms of the trunks.
So apparently, from what I understand, they have to be at least 4 inches on the sides. So they're going to show a lot more separation from the hamstring to the glute, but I don't think they're supposed to show much of the glute.
Yeah.
But they do show a lot more separation in the upper quads, which I love because I have short, stocky legs, and it makes my legs look, it shows a lot more of that separation throughout the entire leg, as opposed to cutting half of it off when I've already got pretty short legs.
Yeah, I saw George Peterson wearing a pair of those. His glutes look like Ronnie Coleman's hanging out of the bottom of those things. So you can definitely see glutes.
Yeah, definitely. He looks nutty, which I was wondering if those were actually regulation. But
yeah, I know, right?
He was posing for Steve Weinberger though in that video I saw, and I was like, man, I don't know if those are regulation, but he's posing for Steve, so he would tell him if they're not.
I'd love in 5 years from now, not even, probably 2 years from now, I'd love people to show the original classic physique shorts that people wore, and then show the ones that they'll probably be pretty much posing trunks by then, I have a feeling,
Yeah, it's going to keep evolving for sure.
I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't. I know Chris Aceto's against it because he doesn't want it to turn into a glute contest. Too late already. Now they're showing glutes. It's a glute contest.
The show I turned pro at, the guy that won the overall and beat me by 1 point back in 2017, his glutes were hanging out the whole time, and that was before they even changed the shorts. His glutes were shredded, like peeled to the bone, and they were hanging out the whole show.
Breon Ansley's glutes, you can see them striated through the shorts sometimes, I think.
Yeah, well, he's got some nutty development in the hamstring and glute area for sure.
So, Jason, what would you be happy with leaving the Arnold Classic with when it's all said and done this week? And what would be considered a victory? Obviously, we all want to win, but what would be a good placing? Yeah,
obviously, I want to win, but realistically, first call-outs and be able to at least go to finals. So only top six gets to go to finals and do the routine.
Okay.
So
I think that's reasonable.
That's the goal.
I think that's a very reasonable goal. I think that, and I think you're right. I think if you make it there, now you become a name that people are discussing in the conversation about who the top guys in the sport are.
Yeah, for sure. That's the goal because, like I said, it was a lot of smaller shows. I did, the Upper Midwest Championship in Fargo last year and then Omaha Pro. So it was a lot of smaller shows. They were great shows. The promotions were great. The staff there was amazing. All the shows were amazing, but they weren't huge. Like it wasn't the Pittsburgh or the New York.
Well, you didn't have the name guys in the show, is what you're saying.
Right. So Tampa was the my best probably, even though I won San Antonio and qualified for the Olympia. There were some really good athletes there. There was some amazing competition, but it wasn't as prestigious as the Tampa Pro.
What have you noticed from your Instagram since you've won the San Antonio and you've become more of a name in classic physique? Have you noticed your social media following going up?
Just a little bit, yeah. I've been trying to, I try and post something at least every day on there, whether it's posting my workout or just posting a progress picture, or I stay pretty up to date on my stories of what I'm eating and stuff like that. But especially when Chris gives me some muffins. But I stay pretty active on there. My Instagram is IFBB_Broku. So I like to post my workouts, even though.
What's the name? What's the Instagram name mean? Roku?
Yeah, IFBB_Broku. BROKU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you name it that? I always like to understand why people make up these names.
So I'm kind of a Dragon Ball Z nerd. Which is an anime show, a cartoon. So Goku is the main character.
Gotcha.
I'm the bro of Goku.
That's good.
the gym bro of Goku. So
Gotcha.
I don't know. It was a joke. A friend of mine I came up with like years ago.
Right.
And just kind of stuck. Started calling me Broku everywhere we went.
That's good. I have to ask the story because otherwise people don't understand what the meaning is. Now there's meaning behind your name, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah, it's just one of those nerd things.
have you? How has your family accepted the whole bodybuilding thing? Are they now saying, "Hey, maybe this guy's spending his time productively after all"? You know.
My parents don't really understand bodybuilding.
No, my father never did either.
But they're very supportive of what I'm doing. I went, I think I mentioned it before on our last interview where, I went through some rough times after my brother passed away. And so they see how it's changed my life for the positive. It's made me set goals and stick to discipline and really push myself to be proactive and better myself every day as opposed to going down to that destructive path I was before.
No, yeah.
So very happy with that, but they also see how much I kill myself in the gym and with the diet, and my mom is always just worried about me as far as that goes. You're killing yourself too hard. You're doing it too much. I was like, it's for a few more weeks, and then I'll enjoy a cheeseburger with you, Mom.
You hardly look like a starving Armenian, but in our parents' eyes, they think you're starving yourself. And
I tell her, I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm starving, but I'm eating 10 times as much as you, Mom. I promise.
That's right. Well, Jason, best of luck up on that stage. We'll see you in Columbus on Thursday. We'll be out there in full force, and I'm sure you'll probably check you out at Chris Acito's room at some point during the weekend. And I just want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much, and appreciate you having me on again. I'm enjoying all your content, and gets me through my cardio and sessions in the morning.
You had a nice long radio show Monday to get you through, that's for sure.
I watched it, yeah. I watched it this morning, actually, during my cardio.
Safe flight, and we'll talk to you on Thursday.
Thank you. Safe travels to you as well.
All right, and guys, that's going to take us to the end of another episode of RX Muscles Iron Road to the Arnold Classic 2019, brought to you by RedCon1. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Have a good one. I'll see you there.
Yep, see you there.